Hi and welcome to my first Minecraft tutorial. I've pretty much decided to put this little piece of, well, series together because I've had a few parents particularly, as well as people who are adults that haven't ever played before, going, look, what's the story? I've actually logged on, I've seen them do, I don't get what's going on. So this is basically, let's try and get what's going on in Minecraft. So I've deleted all my stats and started again so that I can start from scratch. So we open a single player world and we're going to create a new world. And we're going to call this world Tootland, as in tutorial land, Tutland. Maybe it's like the land of Tootin, whatever. You got a couple of choices here. You got your game mode. There are 3 game modes. There's survival, there's hardcore, in which, you know, if you die, it's all over. You've got to start all over again, as in quite literally start a new land. You've got creative. Creative is great because you can fly. You can destroy blocks instantly. You have an infinite amount of any blocks. Great for designing things, which you might want to do later. But I recommend starting on survival. Survival is also the world that I'm particularly keen on for kids, because I think the patience and the sort of trial and error and the work towards a goal aspect of survival Minecraft is what I think is actually quite worthwhile playing compared to certain games out there which are really just about killing and destroying and what have you. And this has a little bit of killing and destroying. So okay, so here we are. I've just started off in a world, and you can see in my top right hand corner I've got a little message saying press E to open your inventory. So that's one of the things we're going to do in a sec. First thing I'm going to do is that I play with an inverted mouse on. The last person to play this game has been playing with it off, so I just need to change that. You just press escape and you get your options menu, and I put my inverted mouse on. This is something that, you know, it's your choice. The difficulty I've got it set on at the moment is easy. You can go normal, you can go hard. Peaceful means there'll be no monsters, so nothing to fight. I think easy is probably the best one, particularly for just showing you what on earth's going on. So I've done that, which means I can go back to my game and press E for inventory. Here you go, I press E. There's me. That's Veronica Slayer. That's my Minecraft username. I've chosen this skin. I really wanted one with blue hair, but I couldn't find one. I can actually design my own skin. I haven't worked out how to do that yet. Anyway, by opening E, you get to see what you have. And of course, having just started, I have nothing. I have nothing at all. So let's look around and see where we are. Now I'm using the mouse to just turn myself around, and I have spawned, which is what this is called when you first appear, in a jungle. Jungles are really interesting. I find them quite difficult to navigate, but at the same time, there's things about jungles that you won't find elsewhere. These things, for example, are vines, and you can actually climb up vines, like, as long as they're attached to a hard surface. So, for example, this tree, I can climb up that vine, but I'm not going to go up there yet because I don't really need to do that. So the first thing I have to do is, you know, I've got nothing, as I said, using the inventory. So the first thing I have to do is get something, and the first thing to get in any Minecraft game is wood. So you walk up to your nearest tree and you just start punching it. It's really as simple as that. Sounds a bit strange, I know. You punch wood and blocks of wood fall down. These jungle trees can be really, really tall, and you can see up in the top right hand corner I've now got an achievement get, and my achievement get is getting wood. And yes, if you're a teenage boy, please insert snickering now. Now I'm just going to go up as high as I can reach collecting this wood in this tree. But as I said, jungle trees are much taller than the trees in other biomes, so these things are called biomes, and that was just a bit of a branch there. I can actually get up further to get those if I replace the blocks that I've just chopped down. So if I put right click on this and jump, which is a space bar, I have to have the box selected, so number 1 is where my wood is. Space bar and right, oh no, there's something above me. I should be able to get at least one more of these now. There we go, because I'm 1 higher. And there's no more wood after that, so I'll just collect this one.
That's not a jungle tree, that's just a regular tree.
That's just a regular tree. Well,
but it's one of those
it's in the jungle. Okay, you can see I've got a bit of a clearing here with lots of light in it. That's all very appealing, but actually I want to get away from this dense jungle because it's going to, when it gets dark, be very dark here because there's so many trees, which is going to mean that when monsters start to appear, and they appear in dark, I'm going to be basically surrounded by monsters, and so far I've got nothing to fight them with except for 7 blocks of wood you can see in slot number 1. So I'm going to move away from this area, and I'm just moving by pressing my W key. That just takes me forward. I'm just trying to find a slightly flatter, more open area. And just by going down, you can see I'm just sort of falling off of these steps. And up ahead of me here is a little chicken. Hi, chicken. Now, that chicken is going to be useful later, but I'll show you what to do with that later, because so far I just want to get to, my goodness me, I'm just going to have to cross this jungle terrain and look for something that I find a bit more appealing to do things on. But there's something you need to know about that spot I spawned in. And that is that if I die, and armed only with some blocks of wood in the middle of a jungle, I could die once the monsters start appearing. If I die, I go back to that spot. I go back to spawn. And there's a lot of things you can do to make your life a bit easier for that. Okay, see here we've got some of these white trees, these birch trees. This means I'm now out of the jungle. So I know the jungle's behind me. I'm in a more sort of regular biome. There's a big hole down there. And that little guy over there is a pig. But again, I'm just trying to find a nice little open space to demonstrate some things for you in. So let's just keep traveling here. Now, every time I bump into these steps, when I was coming down the steps, I just had to fall off them, really, as long as they're just one step. I don't get any damage from that. But to go back up a step, I need to jump, which is the spacebar. Not finding any nice wide open spaces here. Let's keep travelling around and see what we find. What I might do actually while I'm here is chop down one of these birch trees as well and get myself some more wood. I'm just using my hand, but it just happens I've got a piece of the other wood in my hand at the time, which is why that appears in front of me. So we'll just collect. I'll just look up and see what I can find. There's another log here and another one. Now, as I said, the jungle trees are quite tall, but you can see I've already reached the top of this. Now these trees, as soon as, oh hello cow, as soon as you clear out a tree, these leaves will actually start to degrade, and you can actually sort of chop them down as well. Sometimes they'll drop apples, which are a great source of food. You can actually live Minecraft as a vegetarian, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it because meat does actually give you more. There are other things we can make, and we'll get to that. Alright, so pressing the E for inventory, hello cow, here I am with my bits of wood. Now, here I have 4 blocks of crafting. There are a handful of things in Minecraft you can craft with 4 blocks. I'm just going to place my blocks of wood in there, and you'll see they've turned into wooden planks. And I'm going to collect all of those woods as wooden planks. So I hold my mouse on the wooden planks and I press shift and then I click it, and you'll see that all the wooden, it's turned into as many wooden planks as it will make, and I'll do the same with this one. These are actually going to be 2 different types of wood because they came from different trees. So this one I've got more of. I'm going to place 1 of each of these by left clicking into my 4 blocks, and one of the things you can make is the most useful thing in Minecraft, a crafting bench. So being Minecraft, you're getting the gist, you're going to be mining, you're going to be crafting. There's a crafting bench. Now a crafting bench is in 8, so I press 8 and it's selected, and I'm going to plonk it down on the ground there. And when I right click it, you can now see I've got a much bigger area for crafting with. The next most important thing to make is by putting some wooden planks in 2. You can just do 1 of 1. It makes some sticks. I've just halved my block there. I'll just do that again to show you how I did that. I placed 1 in, and then I actually just right clicked it and took half. It just automatically does half, or as close to half as you can. And I'm going to make a batch of sticks. Oh look, I made them all into sticks because I have these planks as well. Sticks are one of your first crafting items. So using 2 sticks and then 3 blocks, in this case they're blocks of wood, you can make an axe. And you can see that's another achievement. Now that I have an axe, I'm actually able to mine. And mining is the next thing I really, really want to do. So I'm going to punch down this crafting bench. It's made of wood, which means I can just punch it down. I will make an axe later and show you how to do that. But first, I would like to find something, some stone, so I can make the next most useful thing, which is items made out of stone. These tools will be much better than wooden tools. I can make them out of wood. So I did see a big hole before, but I can't remember which direction it was, which had stone in it. And the stone is just a grey platform, but I'm sure if I just keep moving, which is what I'm going to do, I will actually find another little spot in which I can mine. Now my problem, as I said, is that if the monster, if it becomes dark, oh, here's some water. This is going to be a nice area to be in. Look at that. We've got jungle meets regular ground meets water, and it's all very nice. I quite like this area. I think it might be somewhere I might be willing to make myself a little hideout. I'm just walking in the water, you can see, but you can see here the water's a bit deeper. If I walk in there, I'll just drop down and you can see the bubbles. I'm drowning at the moment. If those bubbles run out, I'll drown. If I press the shift key, which is the jump key, it'll also make me swim or rise to the top surface of the water. So, like I said, I've got I've got myself some wood. I've got myself a wooden pickaxe. I'm just looking for something to mine, some stone, which I'm not finding, but what I have found here, very useful item, these guys, sheep. If I can find myself a couple of bits of iron, or if I kill 3 of them now with my fist, which I really would rather not do, they will drop wool, and wool is extremely useful. Well, there's lots of chickens here, which is great because it means that I'm going to stumble across eggs from time to time. This little bit of wall here, I'm just going to use it because I suspect I'm taking long enough about things that I'm going to end up, it's going to get dark basically. Oh, chicken's pushing me out the way there. I'm going to just dig into this wall and hopefully I'll hit stone. There you go, there's a bit of stone. And the reason I'm digging into this wall, this just solid bit of dirt, is that I'm just making myself a little hideout for when it gets dark and the monsters come out, because I don't have anything yet to protect myself with, and by making myself a little cave I can get away. Now I've put my pick in number 1, so I select number 1, and you can see that this stone can be harvested by hitting it with my wooden pickaxe. However, a wooden pickaxe, there's a couple of problems with a wooden pickaxe. It doesn't harvest everything that there is to harvest when you're mining. It certainly harvests stone, and it doesn't last very long. Like if I just try to use this, you'll find that it deteriorates pretty quickly. Underneath the picture of the little pickaxe, there's a green line. That's telling me, you can see it's getting darker outside. The sun is setting. There's chickens everywhere. I'm just going to pop my crafting bench down once again. It's now number 2, so there we go. And I'm going to replace my wooden pickaxe with a stone one. So just again, same recipe, 2 sticks and 3 blocks. And now I've got a stone one, and you'll see when I pull this out, it says, "Oh, you've upgraded. You've got a better weapon than the one a better tool than the one you had." Now, also because the sun's going down, I'm going to put 1 stick in here and 2 like a lollipop, and make myself a sword in case I have to defend myself against some monsters. Now, the thing about the monsters is they're going to be coming out any minute now, and I'm not particularly safe. Also, I haven't found myself any coal yet, so I'm just trying to collect a little bit more of this cobblestone. I think that's what's in front of me, but I can't really see because it's so dark. Because if I can get enough cobblestone together, which I think I now have, yes. If I've got 8 pieces of cobblestone, I make a little box like this. I've now got a furnace. This is an important piece of equipment. I'm going to stick that next to my crafting bench, and I can actually burn things in this furnace. So I'm going to put saplings and some wood. No, I need to do it the other way around. Oh, no, okay, I need actual wooden blocks. That's a little bit annoying. Oh dear, I think I'm going to start getting attacked shortly, so let me see. Yep, out there, there's a green guy out there. I really don't want to have to deal with him. What I might do, since I can't do much about my current situation, is I'm just going to block up using dirt this hole. Now it's going to become very dark as soon as I close this last one. And I'm just going to wait it out, and so I'm going to wait till daylight. You can see it's now completely dark in here. I have no idea what's in here because it's so dark. I think... Oh, so you can see some sort of patterns there, but they're not very useful to me at the moment. So I might stop recording here, and when it's light again, I will see you again for part 2. which will be so what have we done today? We've got ourselves crafting bench, we've got ourselves a pickaxe and a sword, and we've got ourselves a furnace. But so far that's not enough to survive. So my next episode will be where to go now, where to go next from crafting bench and furnace. Okay, see you soon. Bye.